Are you feeling a call to live in deeper connection to Mother Earth, maybe even on a spiritual level? Have you been looking for a grander path for your spiritual growth, a greater destiny to become a part of? Have you been really feeling anxiety about the environmental crisis and are perpetually feeling frustrated that we just haven't done enough to solve this grand collective adversity? Have you heard stories about the new Earth, about a grand shift that is occurring on our planet, a great awakening that is evolving human consciousness to a whole new level? We've truly entered into the age of the new Earth, a time of great shift and transformation. Some people call it the dawning of the age of Aquarius. All over the world, human beings are becoming very interested in spirituality, yoga, sound healing, plant medicine ceremonies, and many other mystical arts. And the reason for this, I believe, is that I think human beings are starting to understand that the real problem on the planet is that we need to make a great shift on the level of human consciousness. This is also not surprising because ancient prophecies have actually prophesied this time of great awakening, whether it's the end of the Mayan calendar in 2012, the Aztecs teaching on the time of the sixth sun, the rainbow warrior prophecy of the Cree Native Americans. All over the world there have been prophecies about this time when a great shift would occur and humanity would take a giant leap forward in the evolution of their consciousness. My name is Darren Austin Hall, and I'm a spiritual educator, a sound healer, and a sacred musician. And I've devoted my life to up-leveling people's spirituality and really getting to the great depths of what we need to heal and transform on this planet. I've also had the blessing to have mentored with many great spiritual teachers, including indigenous elders and wisdom keepers, who put me on a path to restoring my sense of eco-spirituality, going back into ancient wisdom teachings to discover what was it that the ancient peoples knew about Mother Earth, and considering her even as a living goddess of wisdom. And for 15 years, I've been traveling the world, sharing my workshops, my teachings, my trainings, my writings, my music, and my videos to really help humanity restore a sacred sense of themselves and our world. Something that I've discovered that's very important is that one of the reasons we haven't been able to solve the environmental crisis is because we haven't cultivated an eco-spiritual sense of the world, a truly intimate relationship with Mother Earth that would truly transform our lives, giving us a real impactful way to help heal this great wound of separation between humanity and the natural environment that has really been such a thorn in our side for thousands of years. And I've also discovered that this needn't be a grand esoteric task, that this is actually a very simple thing that we can do in our day-to-day life, using little rituals and energetic exercises and spiritual practices to start communing with Mother Earth as a living being. Have you been feeling that there's something missing in your spirituality? Perhaps a grand spiritual purpose that would infuse you with a collective destiny that would give you a lifetime of passion and purpose? Have you been feeling that you have a need to delve into ancient wisdoms, particularly on the sacredness of Earth, what our indigenous and eco-spiritual ancestors knew? Have you also been feeling that there's too much spiritual bypassing happening in the world, that we haven't grounded our spirituality in true embodied practices that connect us to the Earth and to life itself? Here are some supreme reasons why eco-spirituality, the new Earth story, and restoring a sense of the living goddess of Mother Earth are key medicines in helping us make this great shift into renewed awakening. Number one, when we restore a sacred sense of the world, of Earth, as a living goddess, this absolutely changes the way we see the world and that we see ourselves, giving us a whole new multidimensional meaning to look at the environmental crisis. Number two, when we learn how to simply connect to the consciousness of Earth, to Mama Gaia, through spiritual practices, we truly start to embody this wisdom and live it in our own lives, grounding us in a great sacred purpose. And number 3, the New Earth story helps us to revitalize something known as mythological consciousness. It inspires us all to be co-creators in a guiding narrative, a great story that can unite us all collectively in the purpose to restore sacred relations with Mother Earth. Imagine waking up every morning and feeling an incredible joy and gratitude to be living on a truly magical planet that is alive with intelligence and wisdom that interacts with you. Imagine feeling this great sacred purpose to be a part of a new earth story and help heal this ancient wound of separation from nature. And imagine if you had tools that you could connect to Mother Earth and her guiding wisdom each and every day. What would your life look like? What beauty and what truth would infuse you? In the next video in this 6-part series, I'll be sharing a very simple strategy with you to really embody this sacred connection to the earth that is accessible to all, no matter where you are on your spiritual path. And if this is something that does interest you, know that very soon I'll be launching my Honor All Creation journey, an online experience of multi-dimensional content that integrates eco-spiritual wisdom teachings, sound healing activations, mystical spiritual practices, and sacred music. This is truly going to level up our humanity and help us really take a leap forward in restoring our sacred connection with Mother Gaia. This course starts very soon, so if you are interested, click on the link below and you just have to fill out this form, placing in your name and your email, and your spot will be reserved so you can have early access to the program. I am only taking a limited amount of students because I really want to have a nice tight container, because there's going to be some interaction between me and all of the participants, and I want to make sure that everyone gets a lot of attention. So I hope you've enjoyed this first video in this series, and tune into the next one so we learn how to take this first step to really embody this new earth story. As the Knights of Templar used to say, those ancient spiritual warriors, be glorious.